And we're live. Excellent. Let me adjust the camera, make sure we've got a good angle here. Yeah, because I leave the tripod in one place, but over the course of the week, especially because I was taping, and some of you may have noticed that we have a new video set to premiere on Monday. Of course, it's live on Patreon right now. And in the course of setting things up, moving around for that, the webcam tends to adjust a little bit. But there we go. And so, welcome everybody. Yes, I've been super busy this week. Of course, for us here in the United States, it's tax season, so we had to go and get our stuff done for that. I think where we went, I am the first person to bring to them a tax document that comes from Google. So, yeah, I get to be somebody's first. But that and
whoa, that can be taken to so many angles.
Yeah, but I love your head scarf. That's really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yes, I've the latest episode of the How To Guide is live on Patreon now. It will be premiering on Monday on YouTube. The outtakes are also on Patreon, and over the weekend I'll be editing the exclusive features that are for Patreon. So that's what I've been doing. That and trying to draw and ink and things like that. In the meantime, you can ask Darren. I've been doing a zillion different things at once.
So, always.
Yeah.
The woman never stops moving.
Well, I try to take like Friday evenings after service, I rest. And so I will be doing that definitely after the service.
Yeah, well, earlier in the month, she literally drew herself into a chiropractor.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was late January. I had not done that much work in a long time, and so I sat down and was inking for about an hour and a half straight and didn't get up. And between that and
that was a little while more.
Yeah, and I pinched a nerve. And had to fight through that between a chiropractor and a massage therapist. Go and getting a couple of deep tissue massages. Boy, that's interesting. You come out of that looking like you got a hickey from a transformer. It's weird when they like some of the things that they do. But yeah, I'm much better able to stay up and work. So.
And considering how many transformers are in this house. We've all had a talk. They've been put on notice. There are some things that we do not do. I'm watching you guys.
Well, I just hope that Galvatron is having fun with Morgan. Because I loaned a Galvatron figure to Morgan so he had a reference to do some 3D modeling for something. And he sent some pictures back involving Galvatron and some Space Marines. And Galvatron's holding his own quite nicely.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes, and officially on the calendar today is the Robing of Anubis. So I've taken the opportunity to dust his statue and get him nice and shiny, and we'll retie his robe and put his beads back on him. But also some folks have been asking because you have a feast of chewing onions for Bastet. And so I said, well, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll have both of them. And
basic chewing onion sounds like such a cat thing too.
Well, here's the funny thing about that. And by the way, if anybody ends up, I guess if folks end up tuning in later, I'll reiterate for them, because I know that some people don't get the notifications right when we set up. And of course, if you're on Discord, folks put that up really quickly. I noticed somebody had the link up to the premiering video like not long after I had uploaded it. So they're pretty sharp about that. But if you're not on Discord and you're not on Facebook, I guess just make sure you're subscribed, and I think even the folks that are subscribed sometimes don't get the notifications fast enough.
Yeah, the live notification comes a little late, and that is true of every person you subscribe for that has a live feed. Your live notifications are anywhere from 8 to 23 minutes late.
Well, then I may have to try to lead it a little and set the video up sooner to try to account for that, because I want to make sure that everybody knows, and that, if you're busy and you have to check out early, or you come in a little later, that's okay. Life is life.
Yeah, we love you anyway.
And simply the fact that you're trying to tune in the middle of everything else in your world, it means so much to us, and so we hope that you're getting a great experience from it. But yeah, just tell us what things you experience on your end, and we'll do what we can to help improve that experience. But as for the chewing onions for Bast, the funny thing about it is there's no indication from temple records. Keep in mind, this would be the records of what was officially given to the temples to be brought and presented for offerings, what their supplies were. There's no indication that onions were involved for that feast. So at least as far as the state sponsorship of, making sure that the temples had enough, wheat and other supplies for the food offerings, there wasn't anything involving onions. But it may have been a popular custom. It may have been something that people just did. They had onion dishes or whatever. And the reason why we think that the onions were specific for Bastet is because, as one of her roles was to, get rid of vermin to chase snakes, one in particular. Well, the Egyptians would use onions as a snake repellent. And
wow.
And they apparently that's something that's still a folk custom there. But they're stuffing onion. If there's a hole or a burrow where there was a snake, they put an onion in it to make the snake go away. The snakes didn't like the onion smell, apparently. So that, I think, may be something to do with why onions were associated with it. So we have some sliced red onion on the offering plate, and Darren rolls in here and says, "Why does it smell like food in here?" So I say, "Well, because we've got warm pita bread and fresh cut onion and a dish of za'atar seasoning." So,
I want y'all to know y'all are loved, because I'd be eating right now.
Well, as soon as the offerings are done and service is over, we will be partaking, because the funny thing is, I thought I was getting one piece of pita bread when I pulled it out of the freezer and put it in the toaster oven. It was actually two. So I think they said, we'll take two. And I also got the sense that they were wanting to make sure that we both had something, good to eat, before we cook a late dinner. So, it's a good thing there isn't smell-o-vision, or you guys would be hungry.
Oh yeah, because it smells freaking amazing in here.
Yeah. So
I love you too. It's mutual.
Okay, and so Kristen will be handling the cookies for Discord when we get to that. Awesome. And when I said sorry, Nina is New York, huh? Huh.
Yeah, I'll be down for a cookie too.
And Love Deluxe has barbacoa tacos and a slice of German chocolate cake for offering. That is awesome.
Wow. I'm coming to your place.
Yeah. Street dogs. Well, and it's funny. It's a common, unverified personal gnosis that Anubis likes chocolate, which is hilarious because chocolate is bad for dogs. But yes, Anubis is no ordinary canine.
He's not going to have to worry about that,
Right. Because it won't bother him. So.
Doctor says I shouldn't eat it. It'll make me fat.
But
it tastes so good.
Yeah,
Look,
that episode.
It's kind of the same too with certain flowers. A good deal of flowers are toxic to dogs and cats. So, and when Bast loves all manner of flowers,
so she is no ordinary feline.
No, she's not.
But all right, well, let's go ahead and get underway. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, you know, children. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. We cast out all evil. Taste us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
I knew it was going to be cold because even you hesitated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I heard that stutter in your voice. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, shit. You know.
well, I guess we had a cool front or something move through, and
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's centralized in the offerings. I mean,
in the water.
in the libations bottle. I'm glad I emptied my bladder before I came in here.
See, you planned
Just
ahead.
remember, Tefnut loves you.
Yeah, it's the power of Tefnut compels you. Yeah, and the Mesopotamians also had a deity of purification. There's the princess of, like, actually Kusa could be either male or female, but they were in charge of the cleansing pool and the waters there, so that they would be the equivalent of, hey, cold waters for Darren. Okay, here it is. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, and will be joining us in the future, and who has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light our candle for Renutet, because we're in Egyptian harvest season. And actually, I believe we're in the month of Renutet right now. And our candle for Sekhmet, that she may bring peace and healing to all those who need it. Okay, there we go. I think that's kind of metaphorical, how sometimes that candle will start really small, and you barely know it's there, but then it picks up steam, and then it glows, and that's kind of appropriate, because we were thinking about someone that I certainly want to include in our prayers tonight. We found out this week that the gentleman who is credited with writing Transformers the movie, he was a staff writer for Transformers and wrote the first draft. It's not the one that ended up becoming the 1986 movie that we know and love. The one where they killed Optimus Prime the first time. He actually said that was a bad idea. But was obviously overruled. That was what Hasbro wanted to do. He wrote the first draft and received the credit for such, and then it got redone. But he's fighting cancer right now, and his wife is also sick apparently, and so they have a GoFundMe going, and we saw about it on Facebook this week. So the least we can do is include our prayers. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he did write
speedy recovery.
Yes, and he did write a book apparently called "I Killed Optimus Prime, So Sue Me." So yeah, because he's apparently written for a lot of things, going all the way back to like Starsky and Hutch. He did writing for that.
Wow.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
I'm so old. I remember when those were new.
yeah. Well, he did some writing for things like that. Yes. And I'm sure all that and more is in his book. So, and the other thing is I offered to do some artwork and do some prints to let him sign, and he said, well, I don't think I'd be able to do that, but send me examples of your work and I might be able to pass it on to some potential employers. I'm like, okay. So it was very kind of him to offer something else in return. So like I said, prayers are the least we can offer.
May Mama Sekhmet watch over him.
Absolutely.
And his wife.
Mm-hmm. You arise in the Arketis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You sit in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Anupu, upon his mountain, Bastet, Eye of Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunachiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyunachuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyunachuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oyunachuru, this incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyunachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Anapu, O Bastet. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. And may your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Anapu within his house, and Bastet within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra, Anapu, Bastet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Anapu. Come to your body, O Bastet. Come to your bodies, O Oyunachuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Anapu, before Bastet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapra Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horkeru ta henket ka kawa afdu senachrimha kutnebet nafra wabet alket nachrim and kawan aku kunibu macherunibu hiranachra. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This fed is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And now, to honor Anubis, Lord of the Sacred Mountain, Lord of the Sacred Land, he and his wrappings. You take this ointment from the forehead of Ra. Where should it be? It should be on the forehead of this Anubis. You shall place it upon you, and it shall transfigure you. And we'll put his robe back on him, fresh. And then put his beads. He has beads that are hematite and shell, I believe. Here we are. Hail and praise, O Anapu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the west, fair son of Osir, Great physician who heals, your seal is our protection. Crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Osur's side. You serve the blessed dead. They live because of you. And Lady Bastet. Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the Shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy. O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus whom Ra loves, protect us until the dawn. Okay, if anybody's got some specific requests for prayers and or hymns for other deities, we'll go ahead and we'll do those before we get to our cookies. So you do Anubis, Sekhmet, and Bast. Hey, I ate the Antichrist. Nice to see you again. Oh, okay. When ritual is over, can we get a pic of Anapu in his new robe? Well, it's technically the same one. I just took it and opened it out and kind of smoothed it and made sure it was clean. But what I can do is I can bring it closer to the camera so you can see. And oh, and one I was like, oh, these guys will never leave your side if you keep eating them like that. And when I was observing that when we declare our purity, we both tend to break out laughing. Well, the funny thing about that, and this is something that occurred to me as we were doing this, and truth be told, this is something I had to learn because if you'd have rewound the clock 20 years ago when I was still practicing as a Buddhist, I felt like everything had to be straight-laced and no joking. We're going to follow the ritual format, and that's how it is. And Darren was
very serious.
Yeah. Darren was. You seemed determined to break me of that. And indeed he did.
What is faith without laughter?
Well, not only that, but also there seems to have been a, now I suspect that the Egyptian priests in the big, state-funded temples were very serious, most of the time, and they had their scripts, and it was a coordinated effort because you had lots of people doing things, and everybody had to be, on time and not miss their cue, but when they were doing things like striking the evil eye and destroying it, the written descriptions in the temple say that the king laughs and enjoys himself like a child. And apparently that was part of chasing the evil away. So it's kind of funny when we both crack up laughing when we're saying that we're pure. I guess in a sense we're chasing out all the negativity and we're laughing and having a good time. So it seems to work. So even I had to learn to not be quite so straight-laced. And I realized there are some folks that if they were going to do a Kemetic service, they would probably be a lot more strict with it. But organically, with us, this is just kind of how it's evolved. So
yes.
And I also try to take each one as an opportunity to teach. If somebody has a question, what better time to answer it. And so we wanted a closer view of Anubis since we're still in ritual, we're in a pure state, so we can move him and he can greet the viewers. So how's that?
It's pretty good.
So, yeah. And so you've got some like some coral shell or river shell and hematite beads, and that is something that I made just for him. So, and actually, this statue was the first Egyptian deity statue that I ever got, way back in 2000, and I bought it with some of the money that I got being commissioned to do book illustrations for somebody. The project didn't really go anywhere, but I got Anubis out of it, so I guess it's rather appropriate that we have him here.
And thank you for the super sticker.
Oh, nice! Yes, thank you.
More, please.
Well, remember, the super stickers that I get for the month, I go back and I look at those, and whenever I do a Kemetic how-to guide, your name's going in that list of thank yous, and we have Kid Ptolemy do his happy dance for you. And once I'm done animating this other big project, and one of the things I want to do is animate more stuff of Kid Ptolemy dancing, so you'll have more happy dance.
We need to get Kid Ptolemy to do the windmill.
Actually,
break dancing and shit. That'd be awesome.
Oh well, actually, speaking of the movie, the point where Wheelie is breakdancing.
Right.
I'm going to borrow from that. So
Cool.
So I have a plan. I just have to get that out of the way.
So if you want your name immortalized on film,
that's one way you can do it.
bust out that wallet, baby.
Okay. Oh, and Ms. Jackal from Discord has a prayer request. Don't know the details. Well, that's fine. Mrs. Jackal is a devotee of Anubis.
Yes.
And he will certainly know what she needs. And so we ask him to take care of his beloved child, because she certainly is that. And we're sending our love and faith and support in her in her name. Oh, okay. You're good. I didn't know if you needed like scritches or something.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Oh, and since it's the month of Ramadan, I also have my repurposed Ramadan lamp. These are actually, this is some original Transformer art that I put on the plexiglass panes that are in here. So.
You gonna light it?
Yeah, it is lit.
Oh.
See, it has an LED candle in it, because I don't want to put, with this stuff, I don't think it would react well to the heat of a real candle. But LEDs are great for that. So. Okay. So we've got some requests from Discord, and I see some requests here. And Yamano, I think you'd said you had a request for one. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and okay. So we'll start with our cookie for everyone, and then we'll get one for Yamano, and then the Discord list, and then we'll pick up with Creature of Legend. So okay, yeah, and I see Discord, Pink Jade, Alex, Wolf, and Thurlow. Okay. And I loved Alexa's prayers for the family of pro gamer Broly Legs. He recently passed away. He was a pro gamer from the area, and he will be here. Okay. Okay, and Melos. Oh, B says, tomorrow I travel to Canada, so hoping for safe travels. Well, may Wet open the ways for you. And also prayers for a friend and their family's mental health, and peace from my school. A beloved student sadly passed away this week.
Oh.
Yeah, well, may they get cold noses and tail wags from Anubis. So, okay. And what's interesting is our fortune last week was, well, why not? Admit it, you're intrigued. And what's funny is for me, I ended up going and looking into something that I was intrigued about and decided not to do that. But it's because Fortune was telling me, well, go ahead, look. So we'll see what they have to say for us this week. And this is for everyone. So any of our folks that are tuning in after the fact, this includes you as well. It's kind of our general for the week. Fortune. The sure way to predict the future is to invent it.
Get at it, guys.
Wow. The sure way to predict the future is to invent it. No fate but what we make.
Yep.
Okay, so Yamane, we're gonna get yours. Is that Shannon waving?
Hi.
Hi, we love
Hi,
you.
Shannon. We love you, Shannon.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Shannon.
Big hug.
Shannon.
Huh?
I hope you're having a good night.
Getting better all the time.
She's about to step out to work.
Okay, well, you have a good day or a good night at work.
We love you.
Yes.
I will. Me too.
And what? Keep your path clear. Okay, so this is for Yamane. Oh. Oh, you got two. I wonder if one of them's for Shannon. Here, let's see.
The first one is.
Oh, Darren says the first one's for Shannon. Be a first-rate version of yourself, not a second-rate version of someone else.
Easy peasy.
All right. Yes, Shannon is one of a kind.
Totally awesome.
Yes. All right, and now the next one. The two hardest things to handle in life are failure and success. The two hardest things to handle in life are failure and success.
So stop fearing anything and just go for it, Yamano.
Well, that and also, prepare for success.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you one thing that I did last week was I went and I got some nice business clothes, because I hadn't had any that fit for a long time. Funny things happen to you when you get out of college. Things suddenly don't fit anymore.
I'll need to get some clothes for success, which means I'm going to go mankini shopping.
I'm shaking a sister. That very suggestion. That's not your most flattering look, Darren. No, but the two hardest things to handle in life are failure and success. And sometimes for success, you have to prepare and say, well, what happens if I get it? So.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do our YouTube, our Discord fortunes. So, starting with.
Oh, hi, hey Todd, can you do one for me too?
Sure. Hang on, let me get the Discord folks, and then
Okay.
we'll pick up. But hey, Seta. So okay, we're starting with Pink Jade, and then Alex, Wolf, and then Thraleb. So. Oh my. So I guess Pink and Jade, they got two. This must be a night for that because we ended up pulling 2 pieces of pita bread and we're getting some double cookies.
Sounds good. A double cookie. God damn.
It's a double feature. Nature double feature. Okay, the first one. The universe does not have laws. It has habits, and habits can be broken.
Wow.
That's got to be one of the most unique fortunes I think I've ever
Wow.
seen. Yeah, so that's the first one for Pink Jade.
I will remember that.
The universe does not have laws. It has habits, and habits can be broken. Now, there's another one for Pink Jade. So let's see. This is getting exciting, you guys. I'm eager to get through more of these, but if you can shape it in your mind, you will find it in your life.
Oh my Lord. Man, they are telling you to stop blaming things on things and go for it.
Yeah.
See it, believe it, achieve it.
This is nothing but empowerment here for Pink Jade. So, again, to reiterate for them, the universe does not have laws. It has habits, and habits can be broken. If you can shape it in your mind, you will find it in your life. So start shaping it in your mind. Think positive. Think about what things you really want, because I think that's something that we all are. We have a tendency to do. We might have an abstract idea of what good things, what better would be, but we don't really itemize it and say, this is what I really want to see. This is what I really want to do, what I really want to have happen. So if you start, again, shaping it in your mind, that's the first step to making it reality. Because what did the creator do according to the creation myths, whether it's Ptah or Ra? He thought in his mind, he planned in his heart, and his heart prompted him either to speak the words of creation or to take matters into his own hands. And we'll leave it at that. But okay, so Alex, Slavic system. Okay. Okay. For Alex, be calm and collected. Peace is a virtue. Be calm and collected. Peace is a virtue. So don't fly off the handle. Be cool.
Other little tip. Virtues are earned, not bestowed.
But be calm and collected. Peace is a virtue. So that was for Alex. And now for Wolf. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. So, Wolf, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Time to follow up on some leads, it sounds like. Because even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. And now for Thralo. Wow, that one just
Jumped.
leaped out. For Thralo, maxim for life. You get treated in life the way you teach people to treat you. Maxim in life, or for life. You get treated in life the way you teach people to treat you.
In other words, if you allow people to walk on you, you will be walked on.
Yeah. Enforce your boundaries is the message that I'm getting.
Yes, there is a such thing as do unto others. However, this is not saying do unto others. This is saying protect yourself and insist on the treatment you wish to have.
Yeah, so pass on for Thralo. You get treated in life the way you teach people to treat you. Yes, and sometimes treating people is by allowing bad habits. No, encourage good ones. Sometimes those have to be encouraged with a smack.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so that's got our Discord cookies. And we're going to pick up, I tell you what, Seta, we're going to get yours because I know you're an hour ahead of us. We'll get yours and then we'll pick up with Creature of Legend. So. So, Seta, we will not know the worth of water until the well is dry.
Appreciate what you have.
Well, and also don't let the well run dry. No, think ahead of time that what that water is going to be. We will not know the worth of water until the well is dry. Okay, so now we're picking up with Creature of Legend. The creature, the myth, the legend. Creature of Legend. Here we go. The virtuous find joy, while wrongdoers find grief in their actions. So, Creature of Legend. The virtuous find joy, while wrongdoers find grief in their actions. And I think sometimes the fortunes like this are the God's way of, reminding us that Ma'at always ends up winning in the end. Because I have a fortune that's actually when she's in her place in the shrine, it's at her feet. It says, "Have faith in the force of right and not the right of force." So, all right, Kit Fox, and then I ate the Antichrist. And Kit Fox, good to see you again. Cuddle on the little one for us.
Yes, kisses.
Mm-hmm. Kit Fox. We must have old memories and young hopes.
Amen. Wow.
We must have old memories and young hopes. So, in other words, don't let your hopes age out and die. Keep, stay positive. Must have old memories and young hopes. And so, I ate the Antichrist. Hope it tasted better than a wonton soup I tried today. Man, that was really... If you guys go grocery shopping and you see La Choy, what they call wonton soup, don't be tempted. It's not worth it, trust me.
The soup is a lie.
Yes. But I ate the Antichrist. If you want to add value to your life, take care of every moment. If you want to add value to your life, take care of every moment. The sense that I'm getting is don't waste time. Just because you'll lose track of how much of it you're wasting just doing whatever. Take some initiative of ask yourself about what it is that you're doing, and what could you be doing instead. That's just the general sense that I'm getting. But if you want to add value to your life, take care of every moment. Yes, and yes, and someone had mentioned, there was a gamer then in their area who had passed away, and we certainly want to include them in the prayers, and they're included in the table of the voice offerings.
Yes, may he get the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select start of life. Which is
Yes.
the Konami code.
Yes. Voice offering of the Konami code. Good.
Yes.
We have a first. But okay, so Love Deluxe and then Spicy Phoenix asking from Anapu and Bast. So Love Deluxe. There we go. Oh. Spicy Phoenix. If we do not change our direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. If we do not change our direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. So,
take that a multitude of ways. Think about that.
Think about direction, wonder why you...
I don't stand in the place where I work.
I know. And if you get that, that's a music joke from the 90s.
You're old.
But if we do not change our direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. So that's Spicy Phoenix. And now, wait a minute. Love Deluxe, did we miss, I didn't skip that, did I?
We might have.
Hang on, let me scroll down real quick. How about Rayita de Leon and Hotep? Oh, may I have one from Bast, please? Thank you. Thanks in advance. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yes, thanks for the warning. I'd hate to be expecting wonton soup and then get crap. Yes, what would happen is if you got that thing from LaChoy, it's basically repurposed raviolis in a bland soup stock. Yeah. So yeah, don't do it. But did we get yours? Hang on. Because that Spicy Phoenix did we miss Love Deluxe? Because then I know next to Serrano. And then Mary Wet from the Jackals.
Let's just do Love Deluxe.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, okay, so Love Deluxe. And I guess, sometimes when you're not paying attention and you're concentration. I noticed this has happened to me a few times in the last week or so. I think the gods will just sort of extend a finger and just nudge you where they want you to go. Because I was picking out something with a mind for an altar supply, and I wasn't looking at the moment, and I was thinking I was grabbing one color, and then I got the white ones, and I'm like, okay, Ishtar wants white ones. So, or like with the bread, is like they pulled out too. So I guess they wanted to make sure that Spicy Phoenix got that one. And so now we'll do Love Deluxe. And then go to Serrano. And by the way, Serrano, I hope that that meeting went well. But Love Deluxe, a lifetime of happiness lies ahead of you.
So don't die.
Well, don't worry. A lifetime of happiness lies ahead of you. So this, I think this is their way of saying, don't worry. The clouds have parted, the sun's coming out. A lifetime of happiness lies ahead of you. So now we go to Sarana. Okay. All right, Sarana. Embrace this love relationship you have. Now, love comes in many forms. Embrace this love relationship you have. Okay, let me catch up. Let's see. So now we're on Sebekek away, the Hub Kit Fox, and then Mary Flip away. Sebekek away. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. So Sebekek away. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And what that means is, because I actually got that myself a couple of weeks ago. And what I noticed what happened that week was I was working on some rather difficult run and walk cycles in animation. And had some things that didn't quite come out the way I wanted them to, but you end up learning a lot. So this could be one of those. So don't worry if it doesn't come out right now. You're going to learn from it. So in great attempts, especially when you're trying something hard, be grateful for what you learn. In great attempts, it's glorious even to fail. And keep in mind the people that wouldn't even attempt what you're trying to do. So, Married Wepawet from our jackals, from Anapu and from Wepawet. Oh, and so they both gave you a cookie. So you've got two. Messages from the twin jackals. So they think that Wepawet might have been an Egyptian wolf, but either way, they're both canines. First one, make your judgment trustworthy by trusting it. Make your judgment trustworthy by trusting it.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Before you can sell others on the message, you've got to sell yourself on it. Now the second one. Anyone can start, only the determined will finish. So make your judgment trustworthy by trusting it. Anyone can start, only the determined will finish. So believe in yourself, and you will find the determination to see it through. And remember, you'll always have someone four-footed with you on the path. Or he can be four-footed when he chooses to be. Okay, so next up, Melos, and good to see you back. And thank you for the sticker. Oh, I love the little fox. That is so cute. Oh. And then Kristen. Okay. All right. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'll let you know for this particular broadcast, but basically it's like a kill file function. There are certain words that if you put them on, then it's gonna zap them and it won't let the post go through. But SMH is actually one of the ones in there because I tend to get it so often from folks that are of a particular persuasion, and it stands for shaking my head.
Yeah.
And I kept getting comments that I had to zap like that, so I'm like, let me just preemptively kill file that. And of course, I won't mention it, too much outside of this, so that the folks in question, won't get wise to it. But okay, so Melos from Anubis. There we go. Melos, the strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. So mind the home front. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. Okay, and so now for Kristen. Wow. And you had two of them that just leaped out. Seems to be some significance here about two. Okay, think about it. It is March 22nd, and we're having lots of double cookies. And I even had just gotten in the mail Volume 2 of Enid. That's one of the things I'm going to be talking about in the video coming up. So, there's a significance to doubles right now. But, Kristen Rebase, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. That's the first one. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Now the second one. We are taught by every person we meet. So we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And we are taught by every person we meet. So, Kristen, those are for you. Okay. Alrighty. And so we have B, and then Gabriel, then Ashley, Kyle Hinojosa, then One Eye. We're asking for one from Anapu. Question: how do I stop fearing non-existence and come to a place of acceptance of my own mortality?
First of all, you better look in the mirror and realize you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Do not worry about what you cannot stop. You better enjoy what you have here.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. Yo, yeah, I'm just kind of catching up on the comments. Love Deluxe was saying that the gamer who just passed away was an inspiration to the community. He was paraplegic, still able to play at the pro level through training and having a positive mindset. And well, let's see. Okay, paraplegic. That meant he probably didn't have to have the
If he didn't
adaptive controllers.
Well, he might.
Okay, because we know that there are people that play video games and have, like didn't you say there was like somebody who is
the greatest Call of Duty player in the world is a quadriplegic who does everything by his mouth
with a puff stick.
And I have watched this dude. He will kick the snot out of
Yeah. So
large groups of people by himself.
And of course you've told people, I have only one really good hand, but playing Gundam and freak people out. But
You know, I'm an A minus, and the only ranks left are A plus, S,
and S.
and S minus. Yeah.
Yeah. But well, like I said, we gave a voice offering of the Konami code, so
Yes. May he level up.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and of course I realize we're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. We'll try and get through this, and thank you everyone for hanging in there. You know, but all right, so I believe, yeah, now we're at B, and then Gabriel and Ashley Spradley. So B from Mama Bast. So. So with lots of purrs comes a message. And oh wow. B, this one is for you as well. The universe does not have laws. It has habits, and habits can be broken.
Wow.
And I know some folks are saying, well, it's telling you to work some magic. Keep in mind that magic is only as effective as mentally what you back it up with.
So you might have habits. Break some.
Yeah, but yeah, and also what we were saying about being able to envision, because even from a pagan perspective, we talk about visualizing things because that's a part of magic, and they talk about visualizing your success, visualizing what you want to make manifest, but also being aware and clear-headed about what's around you and what you might be doing that's thwarting your efforts. That's another part of it too. So the universe has habits, and habits can be broken. So B, that was for you. Now it's time for Gabriel, also from Bast. Oh, we got our little lamp over here. So Gabriel from Bast, you will always have good luck in your personal affairs. So Gabriel Bast is telling you, have confidence. You will always have good luck in your personal affairs. So Gabriel Ashley Spradley from Anapu, and then Kyle Hinojosa. Ashley requested Anapu. One of these will come out. There we go. Ashley Spradley, may life throw you a pleasant curve. So may life throw you a pleasant curve. And we hope for that for you too. Okay. Kyle Hinojosa. Good to see you. Kyle, avoid compulsively making things worse. Wow, that was really direct. Kyle Hinojosa, avoid compulsively making things worse. time to take some personal inventory and that whole thing about breaking habits. Avoid compulsively making things worse.
Don't drive angry.
Well, other things that we can do to self-sabotage. They're telling you to be aware of this and, work actively to keep yourself from doing that. And however you need to take a handle on that. Okay, and so now we're to One Eye from Anapu. And, how do I stop fearing non-existence? Well, what was it that you said, Darren, about remembering the law of conservation of energy? Energy cannot be either created or destroyed. It only changes form.
It simply transforms.
Yes. And so the energy, because yes, there's the energy of our physical form, but there's undeniably as a source of energy that drives us when, we are alive and conscious. That's breath of the divine that returns to the gods, when it is separated from our physical form. So
please keep something in mind. There is no faith in the history of humanity that says once the body's dead, that's it. None.
It depends on, because see in Theravada Buddhism, the belief is that you incarnate when the different parts of your person, and the five skandhas and so on, when circumstances are right, they come back together, and there are some folks that, there's somebody that she also believed that Bast was, the patroness of prostitutes and da-da-da. And I'm like, what the heck? But she also believed that and this might be some occult thing that, whatever tradition she was part of, that, thought that, well, when you die, the universe kind of like gobbles up and recycles you.
Excuse me, there's no recognized faith of lineage on the planet that says when you're dead, that's it.
I don't know. Yeah, well,
atheism is a philosophy, not a faith. And if it is a faith, they're full of crap. But anyway,
I'm going to let you argue that with them. What I'm trying to say is that, there's lots of different ways you can look at it, and ultimately it's up to you. But that's part of your journey. So, don't worry, just live, do, explore, and the answers will come to you.
Right.
And don't expect to have all of the answers now, because there are some things that I'm still dealing with. So
that's the purpose of a lifetime. You don't get all the answers till it's done.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps. But in the meantime, you requested a cookie, so we definitely want to do that. And I guess some of the dynamic of what we do here is you expressing opinions in one way, and I'm kind of playing the straight man here. Using it as a comedy term. Like, was it Ed McMahon that was the straight man to Johnny Carson?
Correct.
Yeah. But anyway, so if you want to add value to your life, take care of every moment. I think they decided to answer.
They're telling you to keep yourself in the present.
Yes, live in the now, man. If you want to add value to your life, take care of every moment. So One Eye. There you go. Okay, and so Rayeta de Leon, and thank you for hanging in there with us. Okay, okay, and our gamer that we were talking about may have been quadriplegic, but he was really good at Street Fighter.
Oh, that dude!
Yeah. Oh, so you knew about him?
I do know that, and he was quadriplegic.
Okay.
Yes, not a paraplegic, quadriplegic.
Yeah, just a way to remember. Paraplegic is it means two, and generally it means that they had a spinal cord injury low enough that it affected everything below, and so usually it's just their legs. quadriplegic means all four limbs are affected. It doesn't necessarily mean they were paralyzed, but it does mean that the injury was high enough to affect all four of their extremities,
Right.
their limbs. And that's something that when you work around enough people, in that.
In the disability community, you
Yeah.
learn much.
Yeah. And most people who have a spinal cord injury can tell you, like T whatever or C whatever, they know which vertebra it was.
Yeah.
And my cousin who was made a paraplegic 30 years ago this weekend. It was mid-thoracic. But and he's he's actually the gentleman that was in our video on Dear Mom and Dad on Pagan. But so Rayita de Leon. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And thank you for your patience because we're finally getting to you. Okay, Rayita de Leon. Attention is the mother of memory. Attention is the mother of memory. So pay attention this week. Tuck this here and hopefully I see hugs and kisses, from Love Deluxe. Okay. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, you guys did get the same one. That's funny. Yeah, the two heathens got the same. All right. Okay, well, that has everybody caught up. In that case, if anyone missed their cookie or didn't get to ask for one, then go ahead and do that now. We're going to go ahead and wrap up because you guys have hung in there for an hour and 20 minutes, and we thank you for that.
Last call for wisdom, y'all.
Nice. Okay. All right, I did say it right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys, and again, Monday the new episode will drop, and
it's awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? Especially now we're getting close to it because the full moon is coming up, and then after that it's 2 weeks until the eclipse. And my prayer is for good weather for us in Dallas, Texas, where we will go. See if we can capture 4 minutes of totality. So may Mahes and Set deflect the spring storms to before or after the eclipse and not on the day of, as our humble request. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Netjeru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. as the name of Horus in Pei endures, as the name of Wajit in Dep endures, as the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures, as the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Anapu, O Bastet. You have come in peace, O Yunuchuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Anapu, Bastet. May you go forth in peace, O Yunuchuru, to every place that your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Oh, and one more little thing that I did think about, because one and I were talking about how, a little bit of disagreement with the idea that the wrongdoers only find grief in their actions. This is a little something from, again, the Buddhist tradition that I mentioned previously, Nichiren. The sage Nichiren had written to someone that people with a heavy karmic debt, that they have written a lot of checks that their body's not going to be able to cash, metaphorically speaking, tend to have it come back to them later. It takes longer the worse it is. If you get a karmic backlash from something fairly quickly, then according to what he was saying, that meant that you're you haven't built up a lot of debt. That's just a slap on the wrist if you got it rather quickly. But the people that you see getting away, and it seems like nothing is coming back to them, wait, is what he's saying. Now I can also understand there are some people that I wonder, like, well, the suspense is killing me here. I'm and you just have to turn away and be like, let them leave them to their own path, whatever it's going to be. But that's one possible way of looking at it. So. But thank you, everyone. Yes. Okay. All right, Chris, you wanna? Okay, guided me at this time. Thank you. Yes, I ate the Antichrist. Love you too. Thank you, guys, and yes, thanks for the good luck. We'll be looking forward to that. In the meantime, you guys have a safe week. And
see us again. Same cat time.
Same cat channel. Yes. All right. Be safe and well. And see us next week. And just come join us next week. It's a blessed week for everyone. Big hugs.